First at 5, breaking news. You are taking a live look now from Sky 10, where a water main break near Rady Children's Hospital is causing a lot of problems.
We have team coverage on this story. 10 News photojournalist Jenny Creighton is monitoring the breaking details. And Jenny, what can you tell us from your vantage point?
Steve, I hope you can see and hear what I'm seeing. These are rapids. It's loud. The water is flowing down the street on Meadowlark. Right now I'm standing in the 2700 block of Meadowlark. There are apartments. There are cars on both sides. Coming into the middle of your picture right now is a woman who has been taking pictures out here. People are determined to get home. They're driving through the water. They're walking through the water. Let's take a look at the video we're seeing from Sky 10, actually the live pictures from Sky 10. And I really have to call these rapids. The water has started up at the top of your screen up here. The street is buckled, sending thousands, what must be thousands and thousands of gallons of water down the street and onto the sides, including Nightingale. Now, the street is closed to my right, to our right, and let's look over there. At the foot of the street, way down there at the end of the street, is Children's Hospital. Coming back this way, you'll see Juvenile Hall is on the right side. But right here, where we are, these people's homes. And it's dinner time, and it's time for people to come home from work and school. Just a little while ago, a mother and two children and their dog waded right through this water. I'm going to try to show you here a couple of the guys that are standing here. This is the shallow end right here. That's the shallow end. So if you want to go back up to Sky 10 and get an overall picture of what it looks like, there he is standing in what would be a dry gutter since we are in the drought. This is serious business here for the city crews. Back to you in the studio.
Jenny, we're going to keep a close eye on this because we see the city crews. That's amazing, the height of that water right there that we see from Sky 10 as those people are walking around on that street. We're looking for a police presence. You see anything there in terms of traffic or safety issues?
Oh, PD is here. They've walked off the street. They're trying to convince residents don't go into it. Kim, one other thing I will add since you asked, we're going to check in a little while on a street called Nightingale. That's the sloping end, the down end of where this water is going. And we understand there are some garages filling up with water. We'll take you down there as soon as we can safely get down there. But yes, Pantygood's finest are here. All they can do right now is keep the people out of here and let the city crews try to stop the flow of water.
Right. We see the garages that you're talking about right there, Jenny. We know that you're going to head down the street. We'll be checking back in with you. We're not leaving this story. In fact, 10 News reporter Dan Haggerty is in the live center. And Dan, we understand that Rady Children's Hospital is without water right now.
Yeah, it's been a big mess for them. Here's the source of the break-in between the 805 and the 163. See the neighborhood here, Rady Children's Hospital just to the north of it. And as we zoom in, I want to give you an idea of where Jenny was. Right up here in this area near Sterling and Meadowlark, shooting south. That's where you're seeing those rapids down here at the source of the break. And a lot of that water that you're seeing rushing from here is going down this street, down Meadowlark, and down Hummingbird Lane as well. So that's where you're seeing most of that flooding right now. As we talk about Rady Children's Hospital, not far away and, of course, out of water. As we go back to some of these live pictures, we'll tell you that they are in somewhat of a disaster mode right now. Of course, you need water to do a lot of the procedures they need to do there, things like dialysis, things that they may not be able to do at this point. We know that they're handing out bottles of water, so as crews hustle to get the water turned off so it's no longer flowing in the street, a big priority is also to get water back on to some of the facilities and hospitals there that need it the most. And of course, as you see the water going down those cul-de-sacs, they don't have anywhere else to go. We cover these water main breaks sometimes, and you can see the streets start to turn into rivers, but when there's a dead end, it starts to puddle, it starts to pool, it starts to go into people's homes, and that's when real damage starts to take place. Of course, Jenny said she was going to take a closer look at some of that damage, but you can get a pretty good idea of what we're talking about there from Sky 10, guys.
All right, Dan, thank you. And we're going to continue to stay with this story. In fact, we're going to go to 10 News viewer Denise, who lives on Nightingale. Denise, can you kind of tell us what your situation is? We know that street ends in a cul-de-sac where most of that water is running, so what's your situation?
Correct. Let's see, at the end of our street now, we have someone that is waist deep in water. This is like the end of the cul-de-sac here, where it's just pooling right now. And it's at his waist, and he's about a 6'2" man, and it's at above my knees, and I'm at the end of our driveway. and we're talking like at least 60 feet, and it's 60, 70 feet, and we got water, and it's nonstop. It is not holding up. It's not letting up at all. Our whole street is completely flooded here at the bottom. People are having to move their cars. The water is up to windows on cars at one point. It's still here, but we moved the cars. I don't know how much more water we can take down here. I mean, I don't know what we can do down here, but
Denise,
this water is not stopped. It's nonstop.
are you getting any help from city workers or anyone else? Because, I mean, that's a dangerous situation when it's waist high to a grown man. Are you being
he has
told
to go under, right now he's underneath the water to unclear the drain because there's no one here to keep us from flooding like this. There's so much debris and everything that's flowing downhill, and the good neighbor down here, thank God, is down here trying to keep this gutter, this drain clear so that the water can go down. The storm drains that are supposed to do this, it's gone. I couldn't even tell you where it is at this point.
Has this flooded your house or anyone others? We understand that some of the water is flowing down driveways into garages.
8 units so far. 8 units. 8 garages so far.
8
are
garages.
flooded.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And Denise, stay with us as you explain what's going on. We know that you're at Nightingale right there by Rady Children's Hospital. It's a cul-de-sac and it's a sloping street. But our viewers are going to see a map right here that we're putting up as you describe the situation. We are showing where this is, where the water main break is, and where that is relative to where you live. What are neighbors doing to help themselves other than the one gentleman apparently underwater right now, which is also a bit alarming?
We have moved. We're trying to clear the debris as it comes down. Today would be trash day, so we're trying to to clear the debris as it comes down so that we can keep these drains from getting clogged and having the water back up anymore. So what the neighbors have been doing is moving the trash cans and everything that falls out. We've been collecting it and getting it out the way, and that's pretty much all we can do. And wait.
Denise, one of my biggest concerns as we look at shots from Sky 10, or you see a lot of overhead power lines and concerned about electricity in the area. Have you been told by SDG&E or your provider, anyone in the area who's in authority that the lines have been cut off, that you guys are protected in some way?
No, we did that. We took it upon ourselves to shut down our circuit breakers in the back of the unit.
Oh, good.
Because the water was just flowing in so fast. I mean, if it wasn't, that's just something, the safety thing. If you know what to do, water, electricity, they don't mix. So we just shut them down. We shut down both of this cul-de-sac right here in our unit back in here to not have this problem too. But there is absolutely no one here. No one. There's a caution tape up, but no, there's no one here except for neighbors and news.
And we have to think about 5 o'clock. Children that went back to school recently would be home. We're looking actually from our 10 News tracker a little ways up the road from where you are, where your apartment is, families walking through, helping little children get by there. In the situation you're in, what are the families doing? Are there children?
Everybody is now more under control now because this has been running for about 2 hours. So a good hour and a half. So I'm sorry, the lady that I'm using the phone really needs her phone back. We got other calls coming in, but yeah, this has been on about an hour and a half. It's going on 2 hours. So we've been kind of dealing with this.
All right, we appreciate your time. Know you borrowed a phone to talk to us. Thanks, Denise. And good luck to you.
All right, we want to go back to our breaking news tracker, Jenny Creighton, who's also covering for us from the ground. She's on Nightingale Avenue right now. Jenny, can you kind of tell us what you've heard from some of the neighbors in the area? We know a lot of people are walking around.
That's right, Steve. Hopefully I have communication with you. I didn't hear you there for a second, but I'm headed toward the foot of Nightingale. That would be the east end of Nightingale. The water is pooling down here, as Dan Haggerty said, as our viewer said. I just wish I could show you everything. There are kids on boogie boards. There are people walking in the water. He just drove through with his golf cart. There's a dog playing in the water. I think people are just coming out to see what's going on. And here we come. I'm going to step back so the guy in the golf cart can get through. I guess he's okay. His batteries aren't getting wet. Oh, okay, he stopped. I just want to show you everything, but it's very difficult to show you in the big picture. That's why these pictures from Sky 10 are so valuable. The water is sweeping up everything in its path, so all these leaves and debris that have been here for, months since we've had any rain are headed downhill and clogging the drains down at the other end.
All right, Jenny, we're going to keep you there in the 10 News tracker. We know that you're getting the latest information and all of the pictures there from Nightingale. And we are going to move on and check back in with you. This is our breaking news coverage of a water main break near Rady Children's Hospital. Right now, Rady's is without water, a serious situation for the hospital and serious in this neighborhood where the water is pooling at the end of Nightingale, and they're working on that right now. So stay with 10 News for continuing coverage of this breaking story. We will have live updates for you over the next 90 minutes right here on 10 News. You can also monitor any developments on our website, 10news.com.